What's going on, everybody? So today I'm going to be covering basically a pretty simple question, and that is, should you bring things with you to basic training that you want to have at AIT, even though you know you can't have it at basic training? So I'm going to cover that question, and then also I'm going to go over a little bit of advice and tips I have surrounding that. So I'm kind of continuing a little bit of a trend that I've had the past couple of videos, because I made a video originally on sending and receiving stuff at basic training. I've also recently made a video on what you can send your soldiers as a care package at basic training. And then from that, I thought, okay, well, let's talk about what you can actually have at AIT. And because there's really not that many limitations on what you can have at AIT, I thought, this is something that I don't know if I've ever talked about in a video, or even maybe just a tiny little bit in a live stream, and that is packing things with you to go to basic training, but you're only gonna pack that because you want that stuff at AIT, because you can't really have that much stuff at basic training. So for example, right, you want to bring your laptop, because at AIT you can have a laptop. For 99% of the AITs out there, or one stage unit trainings, you're probably gonna be able to have a laptop. And you can't at basic training. So should you bring your laptop with you to basic training? Should you bring that with all the rest of your stuff that you're supposed to bring at basic training? You know, whenever you get to AIT, once you usually get to a certain phase, some AITs you can kind of do it early on, but you can wear just, you know, normal civilian clothes. You don't have to wear your uniform all the time after the duty day. Well, should you bring a whole bunch of extra clothes with you to basic training, like maybe have a second bag or something like that? And the answer is just real quick, no. To basic training, you should bring as little things as possible, like just the bare bones minimum, the clothes on your back, the clothes that you're wearing, you know, your cell phone, your charger, the paperwork and stuff that you need, you know, a little bit of cash on hand, and really that's about it. You should not be bringing all that much stuff. Like maybe bring a few other things I've talked about in videos, but ultimately you're not bringing a whole lot of stuff. So no, you should not bring a laptop with you to basic training. You should not bring with you a whole bunch of extra clothes or something. You're like, oh, these are an extra pair of shoes that I like to wear. Like, I'm a shoe person. If you guys watch my live streams, I got a lot of shoes. Now, don't bring extra shoes with you to basic training. Be like, oh yeah, you know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna get to wear this stuff at AIT. That's not what you should be doing. Now, this is gonna kind of get into the advice portion of the video. So if you are leaving for basic training and you're going to AIT, I definitely recommend that you finish out watching this, or at least let me finish this thought process for you, because this is gonna be beneficial for you. It's also gonna save you some time. It's gonna save your parents some time. It's gonna save just people all around you in general some time. Now, what you should do whenever you are packing for basic training is you also need to pack a separate bag, not to bring with you to basic training, but again, just to make things easier on you and your family, because you can't have some clothes at AIT. You're not gonna be able to have a whole bunch of clothes. I think, you know, some places may be limited to where you can have like 3 sets of clothes in your locker. That doesn't mean that's all you can have. You may have to store some other places, but you can only have 3 technically hung up, because it's got to be like, you know, perfectly correct and everything like that. But you can bring some clothes with you to AIT. So what I recommend to you is, if there's some favorite clothes that you have, if there's like a favorite pair of shoes that you want to bring or something, just whatever, pack it in a separate duffel bag, just a separate, you know, bag that you have, and just leave that at home. Especially if your parents are going to come with you or come to your basic training graduation. At basic training, you have your family day and you have your graduation day. So on graduation day, what your family can do is they can bring you that bag of clothes, and they say, here's this bag of clothes, now take this with you to AIT, right? That is exactly what I did. Now, I guess I wouldn't say that's exactly what I did, because the last couple of days of basic training, I actually called my mom on the phone and told her to pack some things to put into a bag for me. So it's not necessarily the same thing, but it'd be easier on you. It was easier on us because she couldn't find some of the things that I wanted, and just easier on you to pack a bag of clothes, different special items. Like, if, again, this could be like laptops, this could be very specific things that you want to have with you at AIT, and bring that with you, or put that in a bag and have your parents bring that with them to give to you whenever you graduate from basic training, because you can then get that bag with you and bring that along with the rest of your stuff to AIT. Now, if you were to totally screw things up, and there's gonna be a lot of reasons why you shouldn't do this, but if you were to have brought your laptop or something to basic training with you, there's a pretty good chance that it could get broken. It could get messed up. Nobody's really gonna be thinking, like somebody, drill sergeant, whoever's handling the bags, like they're not gonna be really handling bags. They should not be touched the whole time. But potentially, your laptop could get broken. The bag could fall over or something like that, and it could get messed up. So it's gonna be a lot safer, a lot easier for you to pack your bag. Parents, bring it to you, give it to you, you take it to AIT. Now, if you happen to have brought something that, or packed something that you can't have at AIT, it's gonna be a lot safer and easier for you to check that item essentially at AIT and then have them store that. You may have a situation where at your AIT that you go to, you may not be allowed to have a laptop at first for the first phase, so like the first 3 weeks or so, but then after those 3 weeks and you pass the test and all that stuff that they may have there, you know, you could eventually have that laptop. So you still may want to bring that, and then they're going to store that. It's going to be a lot safer to do that than bringing it with you to basic training. And just if you're curious, if you haven't watched all my old videos, one of the reasons that you don't want to bring some stuff, just one of the reasons that you don't want to bring a bunch of stuff with you to basic training, is you have to carry everything on your person, and you are going to have a lot of stuff to carry. You're gonna have like 3 bags already to carry, like big old duffel bags it's gonna be like 100 pounds of stuff. You do not want an extra big bag. Like, you want the smallest amount of stuff possible that hopefully you could just stuff it in with the other bags, and then you're gonna be good to go. But if you happen to bring a 3rd extra bag, then you're just gonna, it's gonna be a rough day, you know, during the shark attack, during the beginning part of basic training, when you're gonna be standing there potentially for a long period of time, potentially hours, holding all this stuff. Or if you're getting smoked and you have to pick up and put down all of your things, or if the drill sergeants come around and they'll grab your bag, like the drill sergeants will grab your bag, open it, and throw it everywhere. So if you have expensive items with you at basic training, that could easily get broken. You're not gonna really have a chance to be like, oh no, drill sergeants, don't do that. I got my 2nd iPhone or something, or I got my iPad or something in there. That is a very strong likelihood. Like I said, it could get broken if you bring it to basic training. So don't do that. Listen to what I said in this video, my advice, my strategy for y'all. Now, if you aren't gonna have your parents come with you, honestly, I just recommend you ship things to yourself. Just pack it up in a box or something like that. It's not gonna be too expensive, especially if you have a longer AIT, that's gonna be 20+ weeks and your parents aren't coming. Then just have them put that in a box. You know, you're not gonna wanna do a whole bunch of things. Put that in a box and then have them ship it to you, right? So that's what you guys need to do. Whenever you are packing for basic training, make sure you also set aside a bag or a box or something to pack for AIT. Alright, so that is going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. That would be awesome. If you want to stick on some more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. That would be even better. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat if you haven't already. Hope you guys have an amazing freaking day, and I'll see y'all later.